Hello, good evening. It is 9:15 on Monday evening. I hope you're all okay. Slight delay. The shopping came early, my Ocado. It wasn't due for another hour and a half. So we had to, obviously, the dogs and getting out and stuff. So let's delay the shopping slightly. Okay, right. I'm just going to let a few people come in. There's so much in these files. Honestly, guys, my brain hurts. It's extremely distressing. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Let me know how the audio is. Do I need to take the audio up a little bit? Because I'm quite far away from the microphone, actually, so maybe I should turn the gain up. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I can turn the audio up. Once I know what's going on with the audio, we can continue. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Lee. Hello, everybody. Guys, this is... I'm working on videos. I want to do more videos. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of some of the stuff I'm coming across. So it's just going to be more of a quick rundown tonight of what's going on. Sounds okay? Do you want me to do it a little bit louder? Hang on. It should be a bit louder now. Not much, but a little. Because I'm quite far away from the microphone. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Tamsin. Hi, Lily Bell. Hello, everybody. Nikki, welcome in. So, going through the files, as you know, there is a lot. There's literally millions and millions and millions. Now, the more and more I keep on researching, the more stuff I keep coming across. So just bear with me, guys. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Wallopin. Trump's Epstein war hasn't gone to plan, he says. Kathleen's here. Sound is good. Carlos is here too. Do you know what? I just don't know what to believe anymore. I'm seeing a lot of fakery. I'm going to show you actually in a minute. I'm going to talk about this first. I'm going to show you some of the fakes that are actually coming out. And this is why there's so much that I wanted to show you. And the reason why I haven't shown you a lot of it is because I wanted to see whether it was real or not. And let me just get this up quickly. And I'll show you some of the stuff that I've been seeing. And it is so messed up. It really is messed up. Right, one sec. Let more people come in. I hope you're all okay. So there's going to be a few videos coming out as well. As I was saying before, we're going to be doing like mostly videos on this one. But we will be doing the odd live stream as well, just trying to put it all together. So I'll be putting a video out and then we'll be discussing what was seen on the video. And I'm trying to sort of do it in little sections, if that makes any sense, because there's just so much. Now tonight I want to mention this first, and then we're going to get on to something there's not much on it, but there's enough to warrant talking about it. But this is really, really weird. Now, a fake video of Epstein, Terry Knowles band again. Hello, Lossa B. Hello, Gina. Right, I'm going to ignore the chat for a moment because I get distracted. This is really weird, this. So, a fake video of Epstein attempting suicide appears in the files, but then it got deleted. So there was a video that was in the files of a man that looks similar to Epstein, right, here, and it turned out it was a computer-generated video, but it was uploaded by the DOJ, the Department of Justice, into the actual Epstein files. Then they deleted it. So I'm pretty certain that they were going to run with this. They've made a fake video ready to use to try and pretend that this is how he did it. Then they realised there was apparently no cameras. So they quickly deleted it again. It's really, really bizarre. So a fake video got released alongside other files in the Epstein case. Appears to show Epstein attempting unaliving on the last night of his life in his prison cell. Upon closer examination, the video appears to be an animation. The Bureau of Prisons report about Epstein's suicide states that no footage exists of Epstein in the final hours leading up to his death. So why would this video be put in? A fake video emerged Monday afternoon that appeared to depict Epstein in his prison cell. The 12-second video, which appeared with a justice.gov URL, briefly surfaced alongside other files released by the agency, was time-stamped the 10th of August 2019, the day he killed himself, at 4:29 a.m, around the time that they're saying that he unalived himself. It appears to show Epstein in his cell. At 6:30 that same morning, a prison guard found him dead. But let's not remember, he was apparently found dead even though they tried to resuscitate him, which doesn't make any sense. But the briefly released video was a fake. So it's the most bizarre thing ever. Now, I have got the video. I'm just going to grab it if you want to watch it. It's really weird. Actually, they might not like it. YouTube might not like it. It's literally 12 seconds of a grey-haired man, and it's time-stamped. The actual video is time-stamped. I've seen it. Better not show it, actually. And he's trying to hang himself, and they uploaded it. So clearly this was uploaded in error. This is what they'd created to try and make us believe that this is how we did it. And then they realised we can't do that because we've told them there's no camera. Hello, Brum Vixen. Hello, Pizza. How you doing, my friend? Really, really bizarre. There's some really, really strange stuff. What I'm finding in these files. And then it gets more disturbing. There's so much stuff that I can't show you. So I was getting stuff ready for tonight's live stream. And there's just so much that I can't show. Now, this is another really interesting, weird, bizarre from the files. And it appears to show, because like I said, they said that he died. He was found dead. That's officially in the police report. He was found dead. But then they say that he was, then they tried to resuscitate him, and we're seeing a body trying to be resuscitated, which doesn't make any sense, does it? So this was in this clip here was a clip of a piece of paperwork in the file. Now it says here, upon arriving at the MCC, which is the jail where he was, some of it's redacted. He completed some tasks before assigned him to the hospital on Park Road before okay, the names are redacted, which is separate from the main building where Epstein's body was being guarded. So they're saying he was dead, even though they did the resuscitation. When redacted, arrived at the hospital with case management coordinator, Dr. who was responsible for taking Epstein's fingerprints. COs and okay, were with Epstein's body and had secured the scene. This redacted remained with COs and until personnel from the office of Chief Medical Examiner arrived to transport Epstein to their facility. Due to the large news media presence outside the jail, a male medical examiner official called and said he would be arriving at the loading dock with a black vehicle. So he must have called the media in order to thwart the media. And used boxes and sheets to create what appeared to be a human body, which was put into the white OCME vehicle, medical examiner vehicle, which the press followed, allowing the black vehicle to depart unnoticed with Epstein's body. Now, this to me raises a whole new set of questions. Why would they need to do this? Why? Is he alive? Was the black vehicle a lot? It's actually in the all of this I'm showing you is in the files. So they've admitted. Hello, Space Cat. Hi, Linda. They've admitted now that there was a decoy body. And the fact that they were trying to resuscitate him when we know they've said that he was found dead, and we know that the body that they were trying to resuscitate doesn't look real. The more I dive into these, the more my head hurts. I know, it's so bizarre. And his brother, Mark, even said, didn't he, that he found out by the media, not by, the police contacting him. Hold me back, hold on. My back's hurting. So there's so much more questions in there than there is answers. So this is another one I've come across. Like I say, this live stream is just going to be having a quick, flick through a bit of what I'm just going to show you what I've been coming across. Hi, lovely jubbly. I'm coming across a lot of stuff. There's too much to do in a live. So I will be releasing shorter videos, maybe not necessarily shorts, but shorter videos. Now, this was interesting what I've come across as well today. Now, this was from Redacted, but I'm pretty sure we can guess who, to Epstein. And the subject was preparing for pandemics. And this was dated the 20th of March, 2015. So there we go. He's apparently missing him, not seen him. I don't know how true that is. So this email here was from let me just check you can see this. Yes, you can. Right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. You see, I always thought he was dead, but I just don't know anymore, guys. So this email here says, please find attached a draft agenda. So this was from and to. I think we pretty much know who it was from and who it was from. Bill Gates. Okay. Please find attached a draft agenda for the meeting on preparing for pandemics as requested. Let's discuss next steps. For example, how to officially involve the WHO and the ICRC, i.e. co-branding. Best regards, and I hope we can pull this off. So I think here, I'm going to do a bit more research into this. It's looking like they were discussing how to pull off the pandemic. Hi, Tamsin. So this is the sort of stuff that I'm coming across. There's so much. Hi, Claire. There's so much. It's hurting my brain. Guys, also, because of the millions of documents, is anybody here also going through? Because it would really help if you guys were going through it as well, because then we could put it together. So if anybody is coming across, if anybody is doing this, drop me an email. I'll put my email in the live chat because you can actually link the file. Let me just go into the live chat a moment. One sec. I hope you're all okay. 7 likes. Please hit the like, guys. It does help. And right, here's my email address. Feel free to email me anything, any screenshots or links. Hi, Lance. Are you guys still talk? Lance Ripper. Yes, we are. And we need to continue. Because what I'm going to tell you in a minute, you may or may not know, is dark. very dark. So when this first started, this egg stain stuff, I was covering this, as I say, back in 2018, 2019. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but at this Zorro Ranch, which my next live stream will be going deeper into Zorro Ranch, okay? I'm just touching on it at the moment. There was apparently a cloning facility. Now, when you say cloning, you just think that's just bonkers and it's science fiction. And I knew about this years ago. But since the latest release of the files, we're actually seeing it now. We're seeing evidence of it. There was rumours of it. I've seen some horrific videos today that I can't really show you on here. But I can't verify whether they're real or not. But they are women in cages, pregnant. Like 8, 9 months pregnant in cages. They do look real. But I can't put them on here. But they do look real. Now, Zorro Ranch was sold in 2023, and apparently, just very recently, there was excavators there. We've covered the island a lot on my other channel. I want to focus on the Zorro Ranch and the people that have bought it now, because they've got some very, very dodgy links to genetic editing companies. So anyway, going through the files yesterday, there was quite a few, because I've got access to his emails now, so I'm actually in his emails. Right, it's pretty crazy. Let me just see if I can make it big enough for you guys to read. So this is the first one I want to show you, and there's a few more. And it's some of you may have come across this already, and you may have not. I don't know. Please hit the like, guys, or the dislike. It does really, really help the algorithm. So, yeah. But the thing is, right, hi Stephen, if you don't like this content, Lance, or just anybody, you don't have to watch, okay? If you want to hear about the Iraq war, like I will be doing news shows on my Penny for Your Thoughts channel. I've done a lot of news shows lately, and I wanted to do some over here on the Curious Bunny. And I think this is important. So there's going to be topics, there's going to be subjects that not everybody likes. You can't please everybody all the time. My next rabbit hole will be the Soham murders, which I'm not quite ready to do a show yet because I haven't got enough information. But I will present the argument that Ian Huntley was innocent. I'm not saying he's innocent, but there is an argument for it. So I'm just going to present the evidence, and then everyone can make up their own mind. Anyway, so this here, what you can see on the screen, I've made it bigger. Hopefully you guys can read it, okay? So this is, it's gone too big now. This is Epstein's emails here, all right? I'm going to put it on full screen. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know. Right, this was from somebody called Brian Bishop, who I've just started researching. I haven't got enough information on him at the moment. This was the 21st of July 2018, and it says, Jeffrey, here is a deck about my designer baby project, and there's a link. I don't want to click that link, okay? I don't want to click that link, but designer babies, guys, okay? So it says, I have talked with Austin again. I don't know who Austin is. I don't know who that is. And we have a series of questions about how serious you are about wanting this, about what the ground rules are for me even exploring this with you and getting the next steps. Most of the questions are around your requirements for secrecy and privacy, specifically regarding reputational risk and also any involvement. I think there would also need to be some understanding about goals and feasibility. So this was like a year before he allegedly died, okay, of different results. I think the one way this could be done under the banner of my designer babies project. Okay, this is in the files. This is his emails. I'm in his emails now. Since the other deliverable is similar and shares so many of the same procedures and lab requirements, this might be a sufficient level of deniability. I propose another call on Monday afternoon. Thank you, Brian. So that's hang on, let me just bring that back. That's Brian Bishop. Now I don't know who that is. Hi Nanny, I need to do some research into who this guy is because I don't know. There's so many people in these files that there's some I've heard of and some that I haven't heard of. So this conversation was going on. Now it goes on. Now, Jeffrey, let me just see if I can get this in order. Hold on a sec. Jeffrey replies. Let me just get this in order because they're all in date order. Right, so sorry about this, guys. Gosh, there's a lot backwards and forwards in a very short space of time on this one. And another one says, attached. I'm going to get this up now. I'm going to show you this, okay? I could do like a little clicker for when I'm showing you stuff on the screen. So it'd be a lot quicker. So again, this is from Jeffrey now. This was in August. Attached is the doc you requested. It's the use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company. Night, Space Cat, my love. Next steps. I'm happy to hop on another call, or we could take a trip to meet you in person. So this conversation gets even darker. I'm not surprised you're off to bed. It's pretty crazy. It gets darker and darker and darker. So let me just quickly grab the next one up. I could do with using 2 laptops, really. It'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? So this guy is asking Epstein to put some money, invest into this cloning company. He wants him to put money into it, but he says your main concern would be reputation. So he wants to do it in a way that doesn't jeopardize Epstein's. By 2018, I'm pretty sure that his reputation's pretty bad anyway, but he doesn't seem to care about that. Hi, Nanny and Lanny. Now, this is probably the most disturbing one yet, guys. And this is from Brian, this Brian guy, to Epstein, okay? And it says, this was in the beginning of August. Sorry, 22nd of July. He said they're talking about times when to meet and when to call or whatever, right? And then it says here, sounds like you could be the first investor. This is really awkward to show it you because it's I can't get it any bigger than that without it going off the page. So apologies. Hopefully you can zoom in. Sounds like you could be the first investor as long as absolute anonymity is kept. By the way, I have got the from the files, I've got the actual copies of this. The reason why it looks like a normal email is because some people have put it all into what they're calling Gmail. So you can actually log in as Jeffrey Epstein and go through his emails, which is what this is. So I'm actually logged in as him. Look, see in the corner there, his picture. I'm actually logged in as him. but I have got the original screenshots from the actual DOJ. So this is all legit, okay? It says, sounds like you could be the first investor as long as absolute anonymity is kept. I've always envisioned there would be anonymity requirements about babies. We can't publicly identify who these are or their parents or benefactors. It would brand the child as essentially and sadly a freak for life in the media. So I'd always assume the investor would need absolute anonymity for these kind of products. They're calling them products, these babies. So the financial structure needs to be designed with these details in mind. Let's discuss these issues in early August when you're back in the game. Austin, whoever Austin is, I don't know who Austin is, Austin has been advising me on this. It's an open question whether he will be involved in designer babies in terms of his personal interest. Happy to do our next call with or without him. Noticed he wasn't CC'd in. So I don't think Epstein is happy about this Austin person being involved in this. It seems to me that he wants to keep it to just him and this Brian person. So I don't know what this one is. Just quickly, this is another one that came up from this Brian guy to Epstein, and he's copied himself in. 36 people watching. Please hit the like, guys, if you enjoy the content, even though I know it's awful. This is the stuff that I can actually talk about, because there's a lot worse than this. This one is from Brian Bishop again, to Jay and Brian. So he's copied himself in. Chinese edited embryos are mosaic. He said, I'm sure you've seen the news. This is November 2018. So it's the same year. Short version of the core technical problem. There's high mosaicism because of their technique, meaning only a low percentage of cells in the body have any modification. They're talking about the Chinese cloning people and how they come out as mosaic, and they want to go obviously they want to do it their way. There's loads of links here, but I'm very hesitant to click any of these links. My team has been working on a new technique, hi Steve, which does not involve stem cells in the testes. Instead, it's an embryo editing technique, more similar to cloning. Guys, this is in the Epstein emails. I shit you not. More similar to cloning, which does not require an injection to the biodad. So they don't need to take stem cells from the testicles. They don't need an injection to what they're calling the biodad. Now, there are many rumours that Epstein was actually impregnating up to 20 women at a time. He wanted the world to have his genetics in there. This isn't all about money. It goes much, much deeper than this. And I've always had a theory, and people have always laughed at me, and maybe it's becoming more real. Epstein, because we don't know much about his history apart from that he came from nothing. What if he's a clone? What if Starmer is a clone? I don't know. Claire Bear. Anyone know what a mosaic look is? I wonder if it means like the skin looks like stuck together, like the way you get like a mosaic tile with loads of little pieces put together. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? What if Stephen Hawking was their first project and it went wrong? I know it sounds ridiculous. Oh, yeah, I watch her. Yeah, Steve, I watch her. So what if Stephen Hawking was his first project and it went wrong, and that's why he was always at the island? What if Epstein was just a previous of his? You don't know, do you? Like, this people used to think I was bonkers, right? But more and more this is coming out. It is, yeah. Thank you, Claire Bear. I think there was a lot of cloning going on in Hollywood. I agree, lovely jubbly. So it goes on. My team are working on this new technique, yeah? And then it says, which does not require an injection to the biodad. The idea hit us like a bolt of lightning. So we're moving along with that direction. Have you looked at what the mosaic skin means yet, Claire Bear? If not, I'll have a look in a minute. Meanwhile, our overseas lab, I wonder where that was. Yeah, Jim Carrey. I still haven't made that video, have I? Bloody hell. I've had a stressful week. I've had a really poorly pooch. He's coming out the other side now, though. So that's when I've been a bit distracted, obviously, with my... these dogs are like my kids, as you know, most of you do. So it says here, the idea hit us like a bolt of lightning. Meanwhile, our overseas lab, I think, probably was in Ukraine. I do believe that, but it doesn't say that. But that's my opinion, because we know that Ukraine, when they did the coup in 2014, that the Americans were involved in that the CIA were involved in causing that. And they have got a lot of shit in Ukraine. So they say the overseas lab has reported some mouse testes transfection results. What? Maybe, yeah, maybe, lovely jubbly. Daleks. Do you know what that means?
What's that, princess?
Just asking hubby what he thinks. Right, hang on, it's just giving Gizmos antibiotics. Okay, one sec. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
Good boy, Mo.
Good boy.
Mo.
Does he want some choc, some doggy choc, little treaty for... Sorry, guys. Gizmo's had his antibiotics. Come here. Here. Quickly. Here. Good boy. Sorry, guys, just a quick pause.
What were you asking, sorry?
So they were doing human cloning, and they're talking about the Chinese that were doing human cloning.
Yeah.
And they said that they were using stem cells.
Yeah.
And but the children were the clones were coming out with a mosaic effect. And I'm thinking, like, does that mean, like, you look at a mosaic tile and they're all like little pieces, aren't they? Stuck in. What does it mean?
I would say because of the way that the DNA splits and all that sort of stuff, the pattern.
Can you guys hear Al? Because
the pattern you're most likely to get would be something like a fractal type thing, so
like different tones of skin and stuff.
Yeah, but it would be like a pattern.
That's what I just said, like little pieces, like a
but not like a checkerboard.
No,
like
broken
block set type thing, like a fractal sort of.
You look at a mosaic tile. It's like loads of little broken bits put together with little lines through it. So I'm thinking like little lines through like the skin.
Some sort of irregularity in the patching of the skin. You like Michael Jackson when he was.
Yeah, maybe Michael Jackson was part of this.
You know, when he was patchy.
Yeah, like maybe guys, maybe Michael Jackson. Like that, you know. Yeah, he does. No, we don't. Michael Jackson says he never dyed his skin. Come on. He changed colour and everything. Now, it's funny mentioning Michael Jackson because we've got a video in a minute with Michael Jackson. So it goes on. These reported some mouse testes transfection results. So what they're saying here is they've got a new technique which doesn't involve stem cells in the testes. Meanwhile, our overseas lab, which I believe is in Ukraine, they're observing maybe 5% transfection efficiency, which might be enough. Further testing is ongoing, but ultimately this method is inferior to our new embryo modification technique. Talk soon, Brian. What the hell? So all of these rumours about him being... Why can't you see? Oh, there. Sorry, my mistake. There I am. All of these rumours about the cloning were actually spot on. Some of you guys may know all of this already. Obviously, there's so much to go through. There's so many videos. Now, there's this. show you now, which is really bizarre. I'm not quite sure what is going on, but Michael Jackson is in it. So this is a video from the Epstein files. I'm going to show you now. Audio's on. Some of these are quite distressing. There's many I can't show you. This was part of the files.
This is what Fridays are. Hello. Catherine, Laura. Oh, there they go. Oh man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's caught on video now. Mike, you were going home for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, pudding boy. This is what Fridays are. Hello. Catherine, Laura. Oh, there they go. Oh man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
There's Michael Jackson at some sort of party. I don't know what is going on. I think there's children there. He might be innocent, but this was in the Epstein file. Why was it in there? These look like children here. I'm hoping I hope he comes back because George is playing.
It's caught on video now.
Don't know
Mike,
what's
you were
going
going
on.
home for dinner,
This
right?
was in the file.
Okay, just checking.
Just linked it for you. Michael Jackson. So now we know what we know about this clothing malarkey. It makes me think, is there more to this? Hi, Susan. Mosaicism is caused by an error in cell division. That's what Al said, didn't he? It can lead to a variety of disorders such as Down syndrome. Interesting. So that's what apparently the Chinese are coming up against. Hi, Sawan. In their cloning. It's all very dark and very disturbing stuff, isn't it? It really is. Oh, right. George is going nuts at the door.
Come on.
Just letting you know. Right, just bear with me a sec. Now, there's been these photos turning up, right? And this is quite disturbing. Now, according to Gemini, the AI, this isn't real, okay? I'm going to show you these photos, and I want you to give me your thoughts. Now, this was in the Epstein file, apparently, allegedly, but this has since been scrubbed. Now, I'm being told this isn't real, guys. And as you can see, you've got Bill Clinton with the doll, with Stephen Hawking dressed in a dress with a doll, with a crown on, with some toys in his wheelchair. Now, according to Gemini, she said this is fake. And the reason why she said it's fake, or it said it's fake, is because Gemini can't find any, not because the actual photo looks fake, because I've zoomed in. Genuinely, if this was fake, they'd be lined. I can't see any. Even the photo looks authentically old. I want to get your thoughts on this in the chat or in the replay. We've got the replay crew. Honest to God, my opinion of this photo looks real, right? It doesn't look, when it's AI, it looks perfect. This photo to me looks old. It was apparently in the files and it got pulled. Now, I've studied this photo. It does, to me, look really old. If it was AI, I think you'd know. It would just be, it's an old picture and I'm zoomed in. So it's going to be grainy. It's very grainy. Again, AI, would it look grainy like this? it's got his wheelchair. I think this could be real, because what is happening is, oh no, talking about signals. Let me just make sure I've got. Oh, it's all right. I was checking I was on the right one. Oh, wrong one. So there's another picture as well in a moment, which looks a bit more suspicious. So I've asked AI, and they're saying that this is fake, but another AI is saying that it's real. It's this castle toy that they had in the 90s and in the 80s. We had one at my play school when I was in the 80s. I don't know. This to me looks real, just because the date and everything. But there's another one which I'm not sure. This one, I don't know. But like I said before, the reason why Gemini says it's fake is because, not because the image is generated, because she can't find a source. And that's what AI does. AI goes looking for sources, and if it can't find an original source, it must be fake. It's been scrubbed from the file. My suspicion is these photos look real to me. If they are real, my theory about him being, their first try that went wrong, well, we know he went to the island. We know this. It's on the flight logs, which I've also got as well, which I want to go through. My mind's blown up a little bit about all this. Both looks fake, that one. Yeah. I just don't know, I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit more for you. It won't let me go any more. I don't know. And then this is the other one. I think that one looks, again, some AIs are saying it's real, some are saying it's fake. All I can say is the first one looks real and the second one is questionable, but I just don't know. He was a lot younger then, remember, as well. He was a lot younger. It's interesting stuff. Can you see where my head's at with all this stuff? Like, I've been focusing on the death of Epstein, alleged death, and whether he, trying to find evidence of whether he did bump himself off. I've only just started properly going through the latest files, and it's not easy. It's not easy, guys. So these were really old. This looks like it was from the 90s by the looks of it. So I'm going to be doing more and more videos, like I say. I want to cover on my next video as well is going to be covering another death, another suicide that no one seems to be talking about, which is just bizarre. I don't understand why people aren't talking about it. Did you guys know that Epstein wasn't the only person who allegedly unalived themselves in a prison cell? Don't know. Have you guys heard of Jean-Luc Brunel? Because that's my next video. I'm going to be talking about him, and if people do believe that he did actually unalive himself. Gosh. Got some more videos here of in the files. Let's just get some of these videos up for you. It's dark stuff. It's really dark. Yeah, most people haven't heard of him, and I don't know, they've hardly mentioned him. So this is another video. Like I say, there's loads of releases from there. I'm going to be putting out more of these, trying to put them together. He was, and I'm going to be talking about him on my next video. There's I think there's something like 20,000 videos or something. So I'm compiling them and putting them together, and I'm going to upload them. I'm going to try and clean them up. There's one where there's just footage of the island. Quite old, but this one here is they've covered that up to protect the girl, but it's with like a young teen, I think. There's so much stuff here. So you go into these. This is on Twitter. There's that picture again. There's loads with Trump, but I just don't know what's real and what's not real. I really don't. This is an interesting one here. This has been deleted from the files now. This one, and I know, isn't it gross? Isn't it gross stuff? Now this guy here, because this has been scrubbed, right? The people have grabbed it quickly. This has been scrubbed now, but this guy here looks suspiciously like Howard Lutnick when he was younger, sort of in the late 90s, early noughties time. Now, he is in the Trump administration. Yeah. Apparently, he avoided death on 9/11 because he decided to take his 5-year-old son to his first day of kindergarten. He should have been in the building that day, but it's like he had a premonition. Or did someone tell him not to go? Anyway, this guy, there's been lots of accusations going around, and apparently it's looking like he's going to have to give evidence of what he knew. He denied going to the island. And let me just get this up now. He denied for a long time that he ever went to the island, but then it came out he was on the logs. He did go. So he lied. And now you should hear just show you what he's saying. Hang on. He's agreed to Trump's backing him as well, which is, not good. Let's see if I can find this article. Hold on a sec. One moment. He's saying that he did go to the island. He'd forgotten he'd gone to the island and that he went with his children. And he actually says, but I brought all my children back with me. Well, you would hope so, wouldn't you? You would hope you'd brought your 4 children back with you. So this guy, I can't guarantee it, but that photo looks very much like a young Howard Lutnick. Right, let me just show you this. So if this is this guy, this is another rabbit hole that I think we need to go down because he's part of Trump's team. Now, look at this. This was only from a couple of weeks ago. All right, it's on the BBC, but it hasn't got the ads, okay? Sorry, no, the 3rd of March, it was updated. So US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has agreed to testify. I'm pretty certain it's him on that picture, and so are others, before a congressional panel investigating the late sex offender Epstein. Lutnick has proactively agreed to appear voluntarily for a transcribed interview as part of the House Oversight Committee, announced on Tuesday. Now, that was the same one where we've just seen Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. There's hours and hours of their footage come out. It's going to take me forever to trawl through and find if they said anything interesting. So the announcement comes days after they both testified, the Clintons. Now, this is what's really weird. This guy, this Howard Lutnick, is considered the architect of Trump's global tariffs policy. had previously told Congress that he cut ties with Epstein in 2005 after the pedo, a neighbour of Lutnick in New York, his New York place, used sexual innuendo to explain why he owned a massage table in a room of his home. This guy, honestly, Trump should distance himself, but he hasn't. He's backed him, apparently. Early this month, he confirmed he did visit Epstein's Island after denying it while on a family vacation in the Caribbean. Details about the visit were included in millions of documents released by US Justice Department. Lutnick is among a series of high-profile people named in more than 3.5 million documents. The revelation that Lutnick visited the island long after he asserted he had cut ties. So basically, he lied. He lied. Now, 2012 he visited the island. 2012. And yet he said he cut ties in 2005. So he said, and this is, I quote, "I did have lunch with him. I was on a boat going across on a family vacation." Lutnick testified on Capitol Hill on Tuesday. "My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies. We had lunch on the island. That is true for an hour." This is in 2012, after denying he'd ever seen anything from Epstein since 2005. He says some lawmakers have called on him to resign. He's only admitted it now because he's had to. He said there's an email. His wife Alison wrote to Epstein's assistant what appeared to be the eve of the visit. "We are looking forward to visiting you. We would love to join you for lunch." So he said he cut ties with Epstein in 2005. What a liar. Then he says he actually met him another 2 times. He basically said, "I brought all my kids back with me." That was this isn't the article, I read that earlier. "I brought all my kids back with me and I didn't see anything dodgy." So it's looking like that person in that picture that I've just showed you is him. If it is him, then hi Rach, there's more. There's much more. Some of these videos I can't really show you. They're so bad. There's so much more stuff I want to show you, but a lot of it is children and stuff. I just can't. It's on X. Some of it's on X, and I'm like, women, young girls in cages and all this stuff. So that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm moved on to the cloning thing. Like I say, I will do a video on that. And I'm just starting to research the Zorro Ranch. Now, guys, let me know in the comment section if you're watching on the replay. We've got the replay crew. And in the live chat now, if you want any particular subject or person researched. And is there anybody who wants to help me with this? Because there's a lot. You can't trust anybody, Stephen. This is the thing. And people everyone's against Trump now. Like, everyone hates him and saying that he's only gone to war because of this. But so far, everything I've seen of Trump looks to me in these files looks very, very ropey. So I'm like, I'm not going to come out and say that he's 1,000,000% involved in this, because I'm not sure he is. Now, I know a lot of people say he is, but I can't come out and just say, yeah, he is, without any proof. And I've not seen enough proof. But I think the cloning thing, you look at like George Bush, George Bush Jr. Did he clone? Did he clone himself? How many more little clones could be going around? How many more little egg stains could be going around? You just don't know, do you? So that is definitely something I want to look at. And also, like I say, the Zorro Ranch is extremely suspicious. the ranch, and they left it completely untouched for a long time. And they've only just started to, they've just passed this thing in New Mexico saying, oh yeah, we're going to start looking at it. Well, there's diggers there. There is diggers there, and the diggers are working on taking everything out of there. So that will be my next one, if you guys are interested. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I want to work on my video now. But is Elon a part of Zorro Ranch? Honestly, I don't know at the moment. There's just so much to get through. There's just so much. So let me go away and do some more research on the ranch, because the person who's bought it now, let me just quickly just tell you, because this is a rabbit hole that I want to go down. Hang on a sec. It was bought, I know it was bought in 2023. Might not work actually. Let's see if it'll tell me on Google. I think it's a female that owns it now. Right, apologies. Okay, so it was, I'm going to get this up on the screen for you. By the way, thank you to our members as well. We are going to be doing more on this, like I say, more members only live chats. I want to do it on my other channel as well. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger for you so you can see it a bit better, because it's not very big, is it? Right, so it says here, the former ranch in New Mexico is owned by the family of Don Huffins. We need to research this person, a former Texas state senator and businessman. The property was purchased in August 2023 for an undisclosed amount 4 years after Epstein's death. The 7,500-acre estate was renamed Rancho de San Rafael and is being redeveloped into a Christian retreat. The purchase was made through an LLC, later identified as linked to the Huffines family, and was listed at public auction, with proceeds reportedly benefiting Epstein's victims. Now, as of early 2026, the property is undergoing construction, and Don Huffins has stated he would cooperate with authorities regarding investigations into the site. Now, like I say, they've only recently started to look at it, which is absolutely just useless. The ranch, located in Stanley, New Mexico, was purchased by Epstein in 1993 and served as one of his primary secretive outposts. Now, this is the New York Post. The buyer of Epstein's baby-making New Mexico ranch revealed as authorities investigate dead girls, it says here. Possible dead girls buried nearby. So, yeah, the mystery buyer has been identified, just as New Mexico lawmakers move to investigate explosive allegations. Now, this has been going on for years. They've only just decided to investigate. The sprawling desert compound, once one of Epstein's most secretive outposts, was purchased in 2023 by the family of former Texas State Senator Don Huffins, who's now campaigning for Texas I don't know what that means, comptroller. So the revelation, first reported by The Real Deal, lands as the New Mexico House unanimously approved a bipartisan truth commission, they're calling it, to examine what lawmakers described as years of alleged criminal activity at the ranch, including claims they were never fully pursued by authorities. It's pointless now because they've been digging it up. I've only just started to look into this place. This is like, you know, I've only ever focused on the island. Look at this place. Renewed scrutiny follows the DOJ's release of a 2019 email alleging that 2 girls were buried in nearby hills, claims that remain unverified, but has prompted calls for investigation from state. Look at this. Christian retreat. So, no, there's Virginia Giuffre, which we know she didn't kill herself. No trespassing. Tennis court. Look at this place. So we need to do a little bit more digging, guys, into who this person is. Who is this person? Oh, you can't see this, can you? Sorry, my mistake, guys. Look, I'll show you now. I thought it had took it over. Right, hang on. There you go. This article. Sorry, I thought it was showing it you. This is the guy that's bought it. So this is the guy here, and this is the ranch. And we've got some photos. As you can see, look at it. It's 7,500 acres. This place, 7.5 acres, with nothing around it. No one would know a thing. It would be as secretive as the island, if not more secretive than the island. I don't know why that's not crossing down. That's weird. So, yeah, we'll do some digging into that. There's just so much, isn't there? There's just so much to get through. Like I say, this was just a brief update on where we're at. So, yeah, if you've got anything that you want me to do some research for, let me know. Another thing, just quickly, I was reading earlier was apparently, and it's in the file, that Trump met with Bill Clinton in 2015. And look at this here, look, Obama's in here as well. He met with Bill Clinton in 2015, who encouraged President Trump to actually go and run in 2016. Now that's actually in there. Right, this is just some of the stuff you can get on X. There's loads on X. There's loads of videos. Some of these videos, they're so disturbing. I don't know if they're real or not, which is why I don't want to show them. Because there's, yeah, that looks real to me. Now, I recently watched the interview, well, not recently, last month, watched the interview with Melinda Gates, and she actually said, no matter what's gone on with Bill, it's nothing to do with me. I'm glad I'm out of that now, was her words. So she knows what's... Is that Kevin Spacey there? Did you see that? It did look like him, didn't it? That does look like him, but I might be wrong. But there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of photos on... and yeah, Jackson was on the Lolita Express. Look, Mick Jagger. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It goes far deeper than you can ever imagine, this stuff. Bill Clinton was well in there, wasn't he? He was well in there. They just all look... Oh, my God, what the hell? What's that? They just all look so creepy, don't they? Right, guys, I'm going to go. Been on for just over an hour, so there's still lots more to talk about. And, yeah, I'm going to stop that there. Keep digging. We are due a news show as well, aren't we? We are due a news show. So, Ghislaine looks different now. She does. People are saying that it's not her. I think it is her. She just looks really older and haggarder without all the Botox. Yeah, Stephen Hawking was there. He was there. I want to do more research into this ranch, and I want to know more about the person who bought it now, this family. Yeah, I've heard about this, Terry Knowles Band again. Yeah, that Ian Fleming was a Secret Service agent. I want to try and stay away from all the accusations of Mossad and all this stuff. if there's evidence of it, then I think there is. I'll cover it, but I don't want to just like come out with stuff without any evidence. Now, looking here, I'm just having a quick gander. I've got the emails in front of me. I've typed in Zorro Ranch into the search box, and there are 3,017 search results for Zorro Ranch in Epstein's emails. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot to go through. And I will find out who this person is. I will find out the person who's bought it now. I will find out if they've got any links to the original. And I think this is where all this baby stuff was underneath the Zorro Ranch, because that's what people are saying. And that's where the cloning seems to have been taking place. Right then, I'm going to go, but I say there will be more coming up. Do you guys want a news show this week? Or do you want me to carry on going down this rabbit hole? Or do you want me to do a bit of both? We can do a news show if you want on Penny for Your Thoughts channel, because there's a lot of politics as well going on. You know, I've kind of like left it for a moment because they want us to not talk about the Epstein files. So because they want us to not talk about it, we then talk about it. Yeah, okay. I'll do a news show, mate, either tomorrow or when. I couldn't go live last night, guys. I was too tired. I went out. I went to the cinema yesterday evening. I went to watch The Goat. Took Jack and his friend, and went out with his friend's mum, like my friend. We took the boys to the cinema and we watched The Goat. It was really good, actually. If you're looking for a kids' film that's actually, and as an adult you can sit through and find good, it was a good film. So yeah, I should be doing film reviews on this channel as well. Horror movies. I love horror movies. I watch so many of them. I should be doing horror movie reviews. It's like I've got so many hobbies: animals, politics, horror movies, and science fiction stuff. It's just so no time to do anything, you know. It's a bit crazy. Anyway, you guys take care. Please hit the like. Thank you for those who've joined the membership. It does really help a lot with all the upkeep. And another thing is, if you watch the Penny Bunny channel, I'm going to be sharing my Amazon wish list link, because we are really struggling to keep up with all of the stuff for the wildlife. So I know some people like to donate. You don't have to. If you want to send something for the animals, that would really help. You don't have to, but I'll put the link on the Penny Bunny channel, because I've been updating the wish list, something like bird food and stuff like that. If you want to, totally up to you, or hedgehog stuff. But yeah, so that, just letting you know about that. Again, a thank you to everybody who's joined us tonight and everybody who's watching on the replay. And I will see you tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably be tomorrow. Might be more of this. And do a news show another night. We'll see. But I might do more of this, because we're on a bit of a roll now. So if I can get some more Zorro Ranch stuff, we could just continue it on. So let's just see. Right, guys, good night. Hopefully see you tomorrow night somewhere. Good night, God bless, and have a good one. Bye.